Chris Lowe, han är arkitekt och Neil Tennant var journalist, ska jag säga. För att det kan man nämligen inte vara om man vill bli rik och berömd, och det ville de bli. Så de sadlade om för ett antal år sedan och blev istället Pet Shop Boys, världens bästa popgrupp just nu. Jag tog faktiskt med dem hem till min tvättstuga, för jag tänkte att de behövde kanske lite sån träning också, de här supergrabbarna.
We're all bored to death.
I'm doing it all by myself, you know. You're supposed to help me.
You're doing a very good job.
Oh yes,
we're
please,
all very
at
impressed.
least your foot.
Go on, then. You can do it.
Okay.
We're all bored of talking about Margaret Thatcher. We're bored. We've had 11 years of her.
Yeah, so
but actually, it's funny because Mrs. Thatcher. It's kind of probably, I don't know if people know it or not. Mrs. Thatcher's always been really disliked in Britain, and but now that she's gone, the day she left, she was probably more popular than she's ever been before, because people felt a kind of sympathy for her.
Yeah. Didn't you?
Kind of a personal sympathy. Yeah. I think Mrs. Thatcher is the most overrated politician there's ever been in Britain.
Why is that?
I don't really think she achieved very much. I think she's all kind of image, really.
Yeah?
But
didn't it feel like a kind of a mother had deserted the house when she left?
No, it didn't feel like that.
No? So what did it feel like?
It felt kind of incredible. It felt amazing.
Yeah?
I think it felt sort of liberating in a way.
Uh-huh. Oh, you agree?
Yeah, I think it was sad the way she went. Because there's a picture in the papers. He said, I don't like doing the housework, I just don't do it.
Yeah?
Anyway, and she was crying in the back of the car away from the thing, and your heart kind of went out for her a bit, really.
Yeah.
I think it's quite sad.
But you don't want her back, do you?
Well, I don't like John Major either. John
No?
Major's
So who would
far
you
worse
prefer?
than Maggie.
Are you kind of radical people?
Well, I don't think there's anyone in British politics that's
The
any
problem
good,
is the
really.
Labour leader in Britain isn't very good either. I mean, I would vote for the Labour Party, but the Labour leader, Neil Kinnock, I think they should get rid of him as well, because I don't think he'll win an election.
You don't seem to be very content with anything. The pop stars are pretty boring, the politicians are pretty boring. What do you like?
We like our friends, going out.
The few that we have.
We're quite happy, really.
Yeah?
I mean, actually, we don't really live a kind of very pop starry kind of world. But to be honest, I don't think many pop stars do, really, and we certainly don't. So, if that sounds boring, it's a pity, but it's not boring. You know, I have quite an exciting life, really.
Yeah? When you had your first smash hit #1, you said it felt like drinking a cup of tea.
I was only being silly there.
Yeah.
It was actually tremendously exciting.
It was, yeah.
Yeah.
Is it still exciting when you reach #1?
Yeah, it's incredibly exciting. I'm always thrilled when I hear our records on the radio.
Oh, yeah?
Driving into Stockholm from the airport, we heard our new single on the radio. And to me, I'm always kind of amazed that you go to a different country and you can turn on the radio and hear your record.
Yeah.
I don't think people ever get sick of that. I was reading an interview with Paul McCartney, and he's been making records for a long time.
50 years.
50. And he says he still gets a kick out of hearing his records on the radio.
You never get sick of hearing them?
I always feel a bit nervous hearing our records on the radio. I feel very kind of exposed, and so I find it a bit unnerving, really. I'm glad that they do play them.
Do you know Ulla Wood? Ulla Wood? No, you haven't never heard of her? She's the most funny woman in Sweden.
Oh.
You're gonna look at her now.
Okay.
Good luck, she's there.
Hello, Ola.
Ja,